Good afternoon, Lake Erie Council. My name is Jarrod Blundy, and I'm your Firelands Camp Director, and I am here with my special guest today, Jess. Welcome, Jess.
Hi, Jarrod.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I am doing great. It's a beautiful day outside. I see you're spending some of your at-home time outdoors.
Yep, I'm just on my porch, hanging out.
It's a good place to be. So, Jess, you work at camp during the summer too, right?
I do.
What do you do there at Firelands during the summer?
I am the office manager, so I hang out in the office, handle anybody that comes in, make sure that everyone knows where they're going.
And does an awesome job of it. Are you excited for camp like I am?
Oh, yes, I really want to be back out at camp.
Good. Well, if you are joining live with us today, we are going to be doing our Lion Den meeting, and we're going to be doing the adventure Pick My Path. And we'll be learning a little bit about making choices, how they affect people, and all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty excited. We're going to play some games today, and I love playing games.
I do too.
In fact, while you're joining us today, if you want to introduce yourself with your first name and your pack, we'd love to see where people are coming from. And I would also love to see what you think about your good friends. So what kind of actions or qualities make a really good friend? So put those into the comments, and we'll air them live while we're in our meeting here today. If you have any questions or answers to our questions throughout the Den meeting, you can also comment them in our Facebook comments here as well. And while we're waiting for some of those people to introduce themselves and talk about their good friends, Jess, we have our first game to play, and we're going to play hot and cold, right?
Yeah.
All right, so this will be kind of fun doing this digitally. Jess is going to choose something in my room that I have no idea of what it is, and we're going to play hot and cold to get me closer or further away from finding it.
You are currently rather cold.
I'm currently rather cold. Okay, well, I'm going to try going over here by the window.
You have gotten closer, but still cold.
So a little warmer, but still pretty cold. All right, let me go over here by the game table.
Still cold.
Still cold? Okay, how about by the filing cabinet?
Oh, and now you're very, very warm.
Very warm? Okay, so it's got to be something over here. If I reach really high, am I warmer?
Nope, you're colder.
Oh, so I have to go down further, lower?
Nope, still colder now.
Oh, okay, must be in the middle. How about my climbing helmet?
That's exactly it.
All right. Fantastic. That was pretty fun. I don't see anybody introducing themselves yet. So if you are just joining us, we'd love to hear who's with us and which pack you're with. And Jess, why don't we talk about the things that we know or the good qualities about our good friends?
I love friends that can make me laugh.
So they gotta be funny or have a good sense of humor like yours.
Yes, thank
you. For me, I like, or my good friends are people who care about me. I like to know that we care for one another. They care about how I'm doing. They ask me how my day's going, stuff like that.
I think you're really good at that.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
What else? What else do your friends do for you?
I like friends that are willing to be spontaneous with me and go random places. Well, not right now, but do random things with me.
Like play hot and cold over the video chat?
That's a new one, but yes.
Nice. And I would say one more for me. I think my good friends are those who like to play games. I like to play games a lot. I think they bring out the best in people. So my good friends like to play games.
You have lots of games to play.
Sure do. All right, well, I think we're about ready to get started with our meeting here. Again, if you're joining with us, you can go ahead and introduce yourself in the Facebook chat. But we're going to open our Lion Den meeting the way we do all of our Den meetings, with the Pledge of Allegiance, the Scout Oath, and the Scout Law. So I have my American flag here behind me. And if you would join me in that. If you're in uniform, you can do your Scout sign as a salute. Otherwise, your hand over your heart and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jess, would you lead us in the Scout Oath?
I will. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and obey the Scout law to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Very good. And we'll do the Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2. All right, now that our den meeting is officially started, again, welcome everybody who is joining us live. Looks like there's about 10 of you that are watching along with us, and welcome to Allie, who is live with us. If you are a Lion Scout, we'd love for you to participate alongside our activities here today as we learn about making choices, how to be a really good friend, and how we can be responsible, or how we can be accepting of people's emotions and how people display them. So how you can see emotions in other people. And we're gonna learn a little bit of leadership by teaching games to each other. So we'll play lots of games throughout our time today. And finally, as we open our meeting here, we wanna remind ourselves of the Cub Scout motto. And if you could put that in the chat for us, if you guys know what that is, and we'll talk about the Cub Scout motto in a little bit. So Jess, I think we have our first game coming up, right?
We do. Our first game is Emotional Charades. Sometimes you can tell people's emotions without actually knowing their emotions based on their body language or things that they're saying or doing, and you're able to figure out how you can best help them. But it can be hard to tell what some emotions are. So we're gonna go through some.
That's a good idea, because sometimes people don't like to tell you what they're feeling. You kind of have to guess by the way they act, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'd also want to say, so Allie from Pack 813 in Springboro, Ohio, she says that she likes it when her friends do the things that she likes to do too, so things in common. And looks like some of your friends from Tori and Sophia are watching along with us.
So it would be my friends.
Fantastic. All right, so for our emotional charades game, how this is going to work. You and I each have different emotions that we're going to display without telling each other what they are, right?
Yeah.
And the other person has to guess.
Yeah. So
okay, sounds good.
We want the lions to guess in the chat.
Oh, okay, perfect. So I'll do mine and you do yours. And then in the chat, Lion Scouts, if you can comment what you think the emotion we're trying to display. So you can write Jess and then the emotion, and then Jarrod then the emotion. And we'll go through a couple more as well. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I can start.
Okay, I'm ready. I see your eyebrows are furrowed. Hands on your hips. You got your hands going everywhere. Let's see what they think.
See it. You can maybe hear it.
Oh, it sounds like you're stamping your feet too. Okay, that's very, I see what's going on there. We'll see if we can hear from our Lion Scouts. And for mine, you ready?
Oh. You can see that you have a very frowny face. And that you're hunched over.
You can't see it, but my hands are in my pockets too. Ooh, looks like Allie from Pack 813 thinks that Jess, you were mad.
It was pretty close. I was going for angry.
Ooh, very good. Yep, that's basically the same thing. Very good, Allie. And we'll wait on what people think my emotion was. But let's move on to the next one. I'll try and guess the next one for you. Oh, you look like you're smiling a bit, waving to other people, kind of bopping around. I like it. I think you look happy.
You are right, Jarrod.
Awesome. All right, so for my next one, let's see. Oh, and Allie also guessed on mine that I was sad or bored, and you were right. I was unhappy for that first one. Very good, Allie. All right, so for my second one, let's go with this.
Oh, you're like looking away? You won't make eye contact? You have a very suspicious face on. I would say that you are embarrassed.
Hey, you got it. Good
Wow.
job, perfect. All right, ready for your next one.
All right, next one.
Let's say you look a little like you're nervous. You're like you're waiting for something. Maybe a little bit, a little antsy. Like I don't know. I would say you look nervous.
Hey, you are right. I was going for scared, but they're pretty the same.
Oh, okay. Yep, I can see that in your face there. Ooh,
Doggone.
looks like we have another special guest. Hi, Jasper.
Hi, buddy.
All right, you ready for my next one?
I am.
Ooh, it looks like Allie got the nervous one too. She thought she was thinking the same thing.
Oh, good job, Allie.
All right, so for my next one, this should be a little bit easier.
Oh, I think I had the same reaction you did.
You did. So what emotion were you feeling?
Surprised.
You got it. We were surprised.
Ended up with a pig on my lap.
Very good.
All right, you want my next one?
Yep, I think we have 2 left. Oh no, it looks like you're wiping tears away. I'm gonna have to say that one looks sad.
Yeah.
I don't
But
like
you
that
were
emotion
right.
so much. But now I'm happy. Very good. All right, so
Can you go lay down, please?
here's my last one. I'm gonna have to stand up for this. This is how I show this emotion all the time.
Oh, then I should know it. Oh, you're pacing. I think you were waiting for something.
You're right.
And you really want it pretty soon. I would say that you're impatient.
Yes, I am not patient when I'm pacing. I am impatient. Nice job, Jess.
Thank you.
So it's kind of cool that we as people can read each other without having to tell each other what we feel, just by looking at emotions and thinking about how we feel when we make those same actions. Heather's right on top of this. She got the impatient and surprised as well.
I think the surprised one helped because we both had it at the same time.
I think you're right. So I'm thinking about these emotions, and I'm going to ask our lions that are watching with us, and maybe you too, Jess. Do you ever feel, you felt these emotions, right? Probably all those?
Yes.
Does anybody ever come up to you and like ask how you're doing when they think that you're upset?
Yes, I've been told that they can see all of my emotions on my face. And so I get asked a lot if I'm okay.
Well, that means that they care about you, right?
Yes.
That's a good thing. And how long do those emotions usually last? Like a minute or 5 minutes or longer?
I think it depends on the emotion. Sometimes like surprise only usually lasts a couple seconds and then you get used to what's happening. But you can be sad or happy for a long time.
That's true.
Hopefully you're happy more.
Hopefully. It's good that we can feel all these things though. They're all important emotions and we all feel them. So it's okay to let them show sometimes. I like to think about our emotions as kind of like flying animals, you know, so they kind of fly to us, they stay with us for a little while, and then they fly away until the next emotion comes in. But just remember that they're always okay. And but we want to be aware about how we react to them. So if we're mad, if that's the emotion that we're feeling, we want to know how that affects us, because we don't want to, you know, have that affect other people too much. We don't want to start being mean to other people because we're mad. We just want to know how we feel. We can express it, but in a good way.
Sometimes I think that's pretty hard to not have other people be affected by your emotions, but if you're aware of what your emotions are, it makes it easier.
Yeah, I agree. And you can, while you may not be able to pick what emotion you have, you can always pick what you do about it. And that's kind of what today's about. It's about picking your own path. Well, this next activity is going to be pretty fun. I love this game. What are we doing, Jess?
We are going to play tic-tac-toe.
All right. So you're going to be able to watch us play tic-tac-toe live. We're going to play a couple rounds. And as we play, we want you guys to think about how this relates to picking your path and the things that we've already talked about. And we'll talk a little bit more about it at the end. So let's bring up our game here. And if you are watching along with your adult partner, which you should be, you can play before. All you need is a grid with 9 squares in it. And I'm sure that your adult partner can help you explain the rules if you haven't played before. Let's see if we can get this pulled up. All right, are you in this game, Jess?
I am currently waiting for players, so I think so.
Okay. Yep, I see LAC Jess and LAC Jarrod.
Yep.
Looks like you get to go first.
Ooh.
Oh, 1 second. Looks like it isn't pulled up for our friends to see. There we go. Okay. So it's my turn. It looks like you went in the X's spot, so I'm going to go down here. Ooh, good move. You blocked me. Oh, Jess, I think you're going to win.
Jose, I set up a way to win 2 ways.
You did. Good job. All right, we'll see who goes first this next time. I get to go first. I'm going to go right here in the middle.
Sometimes I think about if you could like try and recreate a same game.
Oh yeah, like do the same exact spaces?
Yeah.
Oop, now I got to block you.
Yeah, now I gotta block you too.
Ooh, let's see if I can get crafty here. Here we go. And 1 more to block. Looks like nobody won that time.
Nope.
We'll play 1 more game.
Ooh, I get to go first this time.
You do. Your turn. I like hearing the birds in your background there.
Thank you.
It's kind of like the first person has the advantage because they get to choose where they want to set themselves up.
Oh, I think this is gonna be another draw.
I think you're right. Another draw. So you won 1 and we tied twice. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
I hear you've been playing a lot of tic-tac-toe this week. A good time passer, huh?
Yeah. I have been playing a lot of Tic-Tac-Toe. I've been playing a lot of card games too. And a lot of ball from my dog.
Sounds like a lucky person right there.
So
So Cub Scouts, as we were doing that, what do you guys think about that game? Why were we playing that today? Maybe Jess can explain.
I think we were trying to play that game because it shows that your decisions impact everyone around you. So just like we were talking about our emotions, if you let yourself feel an emotion, sometimes it will be hard to not let other people know that you're mad or you get angry at other people. So that impacts the way that you, sorry, I got distracted from my dog. Your decisions impact what happens to you.
Yeah,
And this,
so
go ahead.
just like you were, just kind of like as we were talking during the game, when you put your piece somewhere, that means I couldn't put my piece there because that spot was already taken, and I had to think through where I could go that was left. So as the board filled up, my choices became a little more limited.
And you have to try and think of how other people will react to where you put your piece.
For sure. So what about in our own lives, like in real life? What about those decisions?
It affects everything, such as like when you brush your teeth. If you don't brush your teeth, you'll get a cavity, and then you'll have to go see the dentist. And a cavity will cause pain, so you have to make sure to brush your teeth. If you leave your other examples are like if you leave your bicycle in the driveway, your mom or dad might run it over, and then you won't be able to ride your bike anymore because it will be broken.
That's true. And your mom and dad may not be so happy.
No, they'll probably be a little sad that they broke your bike. Or
Sure.
they might be mad that they broke your bike.
You'll be able to tell by the look on their face.
Yes. And lastly, like if you don't wash your hands, you could end up getting sick.
That's true, especially right now. We want to make sure that we wash our hands and make good decisions, not just to protect ourselves, but because it's going to affect other people too. We don't want to get them sick.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that was cool. Hopefully you guys liked that as well and played a little tic-tac-toe and thought about how those choices affected your opponent. In this case, you were trying to beat them, but that's not always what we're trying to do.
Sometimes it's fun to let other people win too.
That's true.
Because then they get happy.
All right. Well, talking about, speaking of making other people happy, that's what our next requirement is about, which is requirement number 2 of our list for this adventure. And it's about doing good turns for other people. One of the slogans for our scouts is do a good turn daily. And you heard us say it in the scout law, where a scout is helpful, and the scout oath, where we say all the time that we help other people at all times. So we know that doing good things for the people is really important to being scouts. So let's talk a little bit today about doing good turns for each other and how we can continue to be of service and be helpful to one another, even when we're staying at home. So Jess, what do you think about good turns?
I think that good turns are awesome, so that because it makes it easier for other people, or it could make them happy. And I have a good turn for you, Jarrod.
You do?
I do. It's in my fancy little envelope.
Oh, you're going to send me a message?
I am.
All right, I'm ready. Oh, look at that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm going to open it up. See what's inside. Well, thank you, Jess. What is this?
It's a nice little friendship bracelet.
Oh, you made that just for me?
I did.
We must be friends.
I would hope so.
Well, thank you very much. That makes my day.
It's made with some knots.
Just like a good scouting gift.
Yep.
Well, that makes me really happy because that means that you took time out of your day to think about me and did something special to make me happy. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's think about things that we can do for other people as well. So if you can comment in the comments below, let us know about some good turns that you've been doing for your siblings or for your family, or maybe some things that you're trying to do for your community. And we've got some ideas for you as well. So some stuff that you can do from home to do a good turn today or throughout the week. Maybe you want to donate some of your allowance to people who are doing relief funds for our coronavirus. Looks like Allie, for their good turn, they've took some new toys to the Ronald McDonald House and been doing a donation there. That's awesome.
That's
Thank you
a
so
really
much for
good
doing
turn.
that, Allie. Let's see, what else can we do, Jess?
You could record thank you videos to share with healthcare workers.
Yes, we might not be able to see them in person, but we could send them messages to let them know how much we appreciate what they're doing. I know that one thing that makes my wife really happy is when I clean up around our house without being asked. And I know that that would probably make your parents happy too.
It can even be like a small thing, doesn't even have to be the entire house, maybe just your toys.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
I think that another thing that you can do that would be helpful to people and be a good turn is to make sure that you're only using positive words when you talk to people.
Ooh, that's a really good one. It's kind of easy to complain about things, but if we want to help to make other people's day happier, we use positive words, good words. Ooh, looks like we've got a couple comments from our friends watching. Benjamin says hi to you, Jess. And Jacob, who's a bear, says that we can donate to a food pantry. Yes, that's always important, but especially now when it's a little more difficult to get food. That's a great idea. Let's see. You can also share your toys with your siblings. So if you have some younger siblings that like to play with your toys, you could make their day happier by letting them play with their favorite things of yours.
I think that the other one could be that you can call your grandparents. You might not be able to see them right now, but I'm sure that they would love to just chat with you.
Absolutely. If your grandparents are like mine, they love to talk on the phone, and I don't always make the time that I should to talk to them. But now is a perfect time. When we can't see each other, it means all the more that we take the time and catch up with one another.
Maybe not even your grandparents. You can call your friends.
That's a great idea. So if you are doing good turns, again, we'd love to hear about them here, but also every week we are starting to do our Good Turn Thursday. So if you caught us last night, Brittany interviewed a couple Cub Scouts from a couple different packs in our council. And in the description of this video, we put a link to that video so you can hear about what they're doing in their communities. If you want to be featured next week on our Good Turn Thursday, get in touch with us because we'd love to hear about the good things that are happening throughout our council with our Cub Scouts and the rest of our scouting family. We also have a link in the description for more ideas for community service and good turns that you can do for all of your Lion and Tiger Scouts. So check those out and make sure you post pictures of you doing a good turn and share all the good news with the people in your social circles. All right. Looks like our last activity here today, and for requirement number 3, is about teaching games to one another. So we talked a little bit earlier about how much fun games are and how you do those with your friends. So we want to go through how to teach a game to another person, and that shows a little bit of leadership, which is also important in scouting. So Jess.
Yes, Jarrod.
For this game, I need you to grab a deck of cards.
I have a deck of cards.
Look at that. It looks like we have the same ones.
I think so.
Very cool. So I'm going to teach you a game called Go Fish. Have you ever played this before?
Maybe, but I don't remember how to play.
Okay, well, I'm going to go over the rules with you and then we'll play a couple rounds, okay?
Okay.
All right, so the first step in Go Fish is you have to get a deck of cards, which we already did. And then second is to shuffle them. And the way I shuffle them is just by taking a few of them off the bottom, put them on the top. A few from the middle, put them on the top. A few from the top, put them on the top. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, perfect. So our cards are all shuffled up now. Next, you're going to set those in front of you and draw 7 of them off the top. And you're going to be able to look at them, but I can't see them. Good deal. Now look at your cards, and if you have any matches, you're going to take those 2 matches of the same card. Don't worry about the suit, or sorry, the same number, but don't worry about the suit. And you can put those onto the table in front of you. For example, I have 2 9s, so those are my pair. I'm going to put them in front of me, and I'm going to draw 2 cards to replace them, so I keep 7 in my hand.
So it doesn't matter the color, just the number?
Not the color, just the number.
Okay. I do not have any matches.
All right, perfect. Now we're going to take turns asking each other for a card that we have in our own hand to see if the other person has the same one. So if they do, then you would exchange with your opponent and then put your pair of those two same cards down in front of you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And if you get a pair, then you get to go again. But if you don't, they don't have the card that you asked for, then they're going to tell you to go fish. And that means you're going to go fishing into your deck of cards, the rest of them, and pick one out.
Okay.
You just pick the top one off the top of the deck, put it into your hand, and then again, if it matches, great. If it doesn't, then it's the other person's turn. Does that make sense?
It does.
All right, we'll do one practice round so we make sure we've got it. So I'm going to look at my cards and I'm going to ask you, do you have any twos?
I do have a 2.
Oh, thank you. Perfect.
Do you?
All right.
Oh, you get to go again.
Yes, I would get to go again, but that was our practice round. So let's start from the beginning. We'll let you go first this time.
Do you have any 7s?
Any 7s? No 7s. Go fish. Jess, do you have any 10s?
I do. I have 1 10.
Oh, thank you. And I'll go again. Let's see. Do you have any jacks?
I do. I have 1 jack.
Ooh, perfect.
Do you keep going again until you don't get one?
I think you do. And if you run out of cards, that's when you win. I'll do one more. Do you have any queens?
I do. I have 1 queen.
Wow. This is pretty good. Well, it's been going pretty well for me. I've been doing 10 jack queen. I guess I have to ask, do you have any kings?
I do not have any kings.
No kings, so what do you say?
Go fish.
All right.
Do you have any 9s?
Any 9s? I do have a 9. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do
While we
you
finish
have
up our
any-
game here, we'd love to hear from our Lion Scouts if they have any favorite games that they like to play with their friends or with their siblings.
I also really like playing Monopoly.
Ooh,
It's a
that's
long
a long
game.
game.
And I bet you if Sophia's still in the chat, she likes playing Monopoly too.
You know that about her, huh?
Yes.
Is she good at it?
Do you, Jarrod, have any 6s?
I do not have any 6s. Go fish. And we'll end
Got a
with
match on my go fish.
Oh, well done. You get to go again.
Oh, but I know that you don't have any of these numbers.
Let me tell you.
Do you have any 7s?
I do not have any 7s. Go fish. Well, that was pretty fun, Jess. How many pairs did you end up with?
3.
3? Ooh, I
How
think
many
I had a
did you
couple
end up
more.
with? I
I
think
I
so
ended
too.
up with 6.
That's a lot of pairs.
It's true. So this is a really fun game that you can play with your siblings or your parents. And obviously there are lots and lots of games out there that you can teach. Maybe you learn them in class or maybe you learn them in scouts. But to fulfill this requirement, you need to teach your sibling or another person how to play a game. So do you have any tips for how to share games with other people, Jess?
I do. I think the most important one is to be patient while they learn and make sure to do it step by step.
That's right. So we went through every step before we started playing, right?
Yes, and you made sure to tell me the rules before we tried to play.
Yeah, you don't want to be surprised by a rule halfway through that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
We also did a little practice round so that so you could figure it out before it really counted. And that, I know that when we play that game, when people do that for me, that makes me feel like I've got a better understanding of how the game is played.
And I think the more important rule than even being patient is just to have fun while you're playing.
Absolutely. Don't take it too seriously. Everybody's playing to have fun, right?
Yes.
Great. Sounds like Allie's favorite game is Uno, and Jacob likes Mario Monopoly. Have you ever played Mario Monopoly?
I have not.
Well, that's pretty cool. Thanks for sharing with us,
I've
Allie and Jacob.
played
Appreciate it.
Scouting Monopoly.
Yes, they do have a scouting Monopoly game, don't they?
I have it in my house.
So if you really like Monopoly, maybe Jacob, once we get able to go back out to our scout shops, you could see if we have one of those for you. Well, Jess, I think that brings us to the end of our Lion Den meeting today, doing Pick Your Path. We'll do a little bit of review. At the beginning of our lesson today, we talked about emotions and how we display them, how you can read emotions off of other people without them even telling you. Then what was the second thing we did?
We talked about how decisions affect other people.
Yes, I don't want to leave my bike out in the driveway where one is going to make me sad and also my parents sad if it gets run over.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended with teaching each other some games. So at the beginning, we played hot and cold, and then we played some tic-tac-toe, and then finally I taught you how to play Go Fish.
We played lots of games today, Jarrod.
Absolutely. And we have some more resources for you at home. So if you look in the video description, there is a link to some more games that might jog your memory a little bit, so you can use those as some examples to teach your friends or your siblings or your family as well. And if you're doing that, we'd love to see some pictures of your participation. You can post them on social media with the hashtag #ScoutingAtHome to share how you are staying active in scouting and continuing to do your advancement even while we are staying at home and staying safe. We also have some great activities coming up for all of our scouts. The Camperall that Lake Erie Council is hosting starts tomorrow. So even though we can't go out to our camp properties and camp outside together, we can do that apart by camping at home and participating in those activities together. So we're gonna do some awesome things like a flag raising ceremony. There'll be some instructional sessions throughout the day. We're gonna do a 5K in the evening. Everybody's gonna share their favorite chili recipe, and we'll have some chili cook-offs.
One of
And
my
then
favorite
finally,
meals.
yes, it's a great meal. Do you have a favorite recipe that your family always makes?
I like eating other people's recipes.
If you come to camp, it's a great place to learn some great new chili recipes. And then tomorrow night, we're going to end off the camp brawl with a virtual campfire. So if you have skits or songs that you want to submit, you can send them to us with the hashtag #ScoutingAtHome and LEC Camperall. And we'll see those, we'll put them together, and we will share them with everybody who is joining us across not only our council, but across the United States of America, and with people from joining us all over the world. So I'm going to be there. I hope you're going to be there too, Jess, and participating throughout the day.
I am, and I think my mom's even planning on camping outside.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to see a picture of her campsite. If you haven't signed up yet, you still can. It's on our website, lecbsa.org/camperall. You can also purchase a patch. It's a free event, but you can purchase a patch to show your participation, and those are just $5 on our website. So I hope to see a lot of you there tomorrow. I guess to end off, I want to say that I am very happy to have done this Lion Den meeting with you, and I want to thank you so much for your time today, Jess, and for joining me for our special meeting.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you all for our scouts who joined with us live. Even if you're not live, I hope you're enjoying yourselves at home and continuing your scouting journey. You can find all of the resources in the video description. We hope that you are staying home and staying safe, and we'll talk to you in the future. See you, everybody.
Bye.